I am Stephanie, and today I'll invite you to share with me a moment of relaxation while watching me speed paint. So today's video is about Pyrops Heringi. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right, but it's basically a Planthopper with a sort of incurved nose. These Planthoppers are very beautiful. There are many of them, and they come in all kinds of very bright colors and very beautiful patterns on their wings, and I happen to really like them a lot. They also are collected by entomology enthusiasts all over the world, though they are pretty popular among the insect addicts, if that makes sense. I am using watercolors for these paintings. You can find all the items I use in the description box below, and also the camera gear I am using. I've gotten a few questions about it, so just check the description box below, everything is in there. I am also currently reading Planet of the Bugs. It is a great book about the evolution of bugs from the very beginning to now, and it's a quite fascinating read. It's really interesting because it is written from the perspective of the bugs, and in a way it is very bug-centric, which is very refreshing, as most of evolution's history is very anthropocentric. It's very centered around the humans and vertebrates. And this is, well, the complete opposite. So I really like when people give that very different kind of, that different point of view from a different angle. And of course he's an entomologist, so he's really into bugs. And he's studying wasps. I'm just checking quickly because I don't remember his name, and you might be interested in reading this book, especially since you clicked on this video and it's not a butterfly and it's not a ladybug, it's something a little bit different. And I find bugs to be extremely interesting. I've decided to work a lot on insects this year because it's really fun, and I just enjoy it immensely to work on bugs. I find it's extremely interesting, the creatures, etc., and all you can learn from it. So the author of Planet of the Bugs, Evolution and the Rise of Insects is Scott Richard Shaw. I bought the Kindle version because I got it faster that way, and I have a Kindle. And I have started to read it when I was in Paris for a few days. And as I said, it's really interesting, and I highly encourage you to read it. I think it's really well written, and it's kind of funny at times, which is always a bonus, especially in science books, which sometimes can be a little bit on the dry side, which is, yeah, sad. So Planet of the Bugs, if you're interested, just check the description box below and I will link to it. And so this painting that I'm making today, that I am showing you today, because I didn't make it today, I made it a few days ago. I made it 4 days ago, to be precise, on day 18 of my daily insect art challenge. And I must admit, sometimes I'm not really feeling doing this art challenge. It is less an issue for me to do art every day, since I already work on art every day. I sculpt or I paint. But sometimes I feel like this daily art challenge is not... It's just taking a lot of time and energy from me, so I might revise how I approach it in next month. I feel like I need to do it at least exactly once per day until the end of January. But after that I might take some liberties with it. So I don't know yet. I feel I wonder really where I'm going with this. I sometimes want to make a lot more complex things with bugs, but that's just not really doable in one day, so I stick to studies mostly, which is good because I really need to study insects if I want to work more on them. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the daily insect art challenge. I'm not too sure yet how far it will go, but well, for the most of it I'm enjoying it. I really like to paint and I feel like I'm getting better at it, so that's good. I've been also thinking a little bit harder on how to earn money, a more steady income. So luckily I got contacted this month for some freelance work and some sponsored stuff, so at least I don't have to worry too much about that, and I still have the Skillshare classes, which bring some money, and YouTube of course. But I'm thinking about selling some of my paintings. So far they are mostly studies and I don't think they are that interesting. However, they are all available, and so if you are interested in one of these studies, just let me know and we can discuss a price. I don't think they should be very expensive. I'm thinking around 50 euros or something like that. Probably shouldn't say that out loud because I might change my mind after a while. But it seems like a fair price. I don't have any of the shipping supplies to sell originals, but it's just a thought. I also really wanted to do more things for the print-on-demand shops, for Redbubble and Society6, where you can find some prints of the insect studies, but so far I haven't had time to make much out of it, so I just put up the studies. I've been really focusing on some sculpting, and I don't know, we're already the 22nd of January, time flies so fast. Sometimes I feel like I'm already late on my schedule, and I know it's kind of ridiculous, but it really feels that way. I'm also trying to figure out what artistic current I can be related to. I feel like lowbrow and pop surrealism is pretty accurate for my current sculptures, but sometimes I have doubts because it seems like it's a lot more driven towards comics and popular culture like movies and TV shows, and I'm not really into that. I really need to dive a little bit more into that specific art current so I know if I can belong to that or not, because it would greatly help me also to be more specific about galleries and magazines I want to be in. Speaking of magazines, I recently, just yesterday, I ordered some magazine from High Fructose. I really like their Instagram account. It's a very well-known art magazine in the US, and I happen to be really into them. There's also another magazine, Juxtapose. I'm not sure how you pronounce it in English. I probably need to order a few magazines from them as well. I feel like it would do me some good to take some time during the month to really dive into other people's work, and to also better understand what works and what doesn't, and how everyone else is working with their own, what their approaches and processes are. So this is something that I'm really getting into a bit more, and not just looking at pictures of art, which is always nice, but I want to dive in a little bit more. And I really want, one of my goals for 2018 is to be featured in High Fructose. I'm not sure I will make it, but it's just one of these goals that I'm working towards. So yes, that's pretty much it for today. It's ended up to be kind of a vlog thing. I really hope you enjoyed the speed painting and me rambling on top. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!